What's up everybody? It's Tyler from Second Glass. This week we're doing wines for picnics. So you go on your Pinterest and you get your mason jars for your water, you get the fancy picnic basket, you got your baguettes, your cheese boards. If you're throwing a real picnic, you gotta have some wine. We got 3 wines for you guys that are perfect for dining on the grass. First, we have a white wine from Italy, because what's more picnicky and rustic than Italian wine? This wine comes from the Soave region of Italy. Soave is one of those places that for a long time, it just made wine that people in Italy drank, right? It was nothing special, you just drank it, didn't cost that much. In the 80s, they actually imported a lot of kind of crappy, cheap wine into the United States, and they got a bit of a bad name. But there's a handful of producers that make really high quality, totally great bottles of white wine in the Soave region. These producers have been growing in numbers, and now you can find really great bottles of Soave at most nice wine shops. Soave wines are a little bit heavier for white wine, but they still have that crisp refreshingness. Like when you smell them, they smell like they're gonna be sweet, totally dry. Great thing about Soave is they're not terribly expensive. Think like 12 to 15 bucks for a decent bottle. And it's got that rustic picnicky feel to it. Next up, if you're looking for a red wine, go for wines from the Languedoc region of France, particularly Corbière. The Languedoc region is about the size of Massachusetts, but they grow more grapes than the entire state of California. We actually have a whole slew of videos that you can watch about the Languedoc region if you want to learn more. But the Corbière wines, they have this kind of like earthy, rustic flavors. It's the kind of wines you want with a crunchy loaf of bread, you got a cheese wheel, and you're cutting it with a pocket knife, and some salami or some what's not salami? It's like kind of like, what's the meat called that's in the tube? Like salami? It's not salami, it's like sausage, not sausage. It's not like a specific kind of charcuterie, but it's like it's not sausage. What is it called? It's like kind of like dried meat. Whatever, I'll come up with it. Okay. It's the kind of wine you want to have when you have a crusty loaf of bread, a wheel of cheese, you're cutting it with a pocket knife, and you got some salami. This is that kind of wine, and it's perfect for picnics. Lastly, you may want to go with something sweet and kind of low in alcohol. We suggest the Quadi Winery Electra Moscato. This is like the classiest Moscato you're ever gonna find. It comes from a small family winery in California. They were the first ones to really make Moscato famous here in California. Andy Quadi is known as the Muscat King. The family's been making sweet wines in California since 1976, so they got a little bit of an old school thing going on. It's also low in alcohol. It's about 4.5% alcohol. So if you sit down, you can drink a bottle or 2 of this with some friends and you're not really gonna get into any trouble. Awesome with food, have it with some fruit, have it with some cheese, have it with some meat. Awesome, awesome picnic wine. So this summer, throw a Pinterest-worthy picnic, Instagram the crap out of it, all of your friends are gonna be jealous, and grab these wines, they'll be perfect. Cheers.